When people try to destroy you, it's not just an attack on your character, your reputation, or your dignity. It's an assault on your very existence, on the potential that you hold within yourself. They might come at you with words, with actions, with betrayal, but here's the thing: the world has a strange way of working. Those who seek to tear others down, they might succeed temporarily. They might cause pain. They might distort the truth. They might break things that seem irreparable. But they do not realize the fundamental truth of existence. The strength to endure and to rise again is often forged in the fires of adversity. You see, when someone aims to destroy you, it's not about them. It's about you and what you are made of. It's about how you respond to their attacks. It's about whether you allow the darkness to swallow you or whether you stand up and turn it into the very soil that nurtures your growth. That's the difference between those who collapse under pressure and those who grow stronger because of it. And here's the truth: those who try to destroy you, they often fail to understand the law of reciprocity. You don't need to seek revenge or retribution. Life has its own way of doing that. Their actions will catch up with them. When you go down a path of destruction, whether intentionally or by ignorance, you leave behind a trail of consequences. And often it's not immediate. It doesn't happen when you expect it. But eventually they'll see the toll of their decisions. The lies they've told, the trust they've broken, the damage they've caused, it comes back around. This is not about your anger, your vengeance, or your bitterness. It's about the natural law of cause and effect. You've been through the fire, but you've emerged refined. You've become more resilient, more aware, more capable. They, on the other hand, are being consumed by the very thing they set in motion. Their attempts to break you are now breaking them. As you rise, they will watch from the sidelines, seeing how their efforts failed, seeing the strength you discovered within yourself. They'll see your resilience, your success, and the peace you found in the face of their chaos. It's in that moment that they realize the price of their actions. They thought they were the ones in control, but in the end, it's the one who endures who wins. So let them try, let them throw their stones, let them speak their lies, because in the end, it's not about them winning, it's about you rising. And when you rise, it's not just you who benefits, it's everyone who sees you. You are the living proof that no attack, no attempt at destruction can break someone who knows their worth, who knows their purpose, and who knows how to keep going. The price they pay is a reflection of the emptiness they sought to fill by breaking you. But you're filled with something far greater, and that's something they'll never understand. When you face adversity, when people try to break you, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. It's easy to think that the pain, the hurt, the challenges are too much to bear. But what most people fail to realize is that these very struggles, these attempts to tear you down, can be the foundation for your greatest strength. Adversity doesn't just knock you down, it gives you an opportunity to rise. It forces you to dig deeper into yourself, to tap into a reservoir of strength you didn't even know existed. It reveals the hidden power you carry within you, waiting for the right moment to emerge. You see, adversity is like a crucible. A place where metals are melted down and purified. It breaks you down, yes, but it also refines you. The pain you experience in those moments of attack, in those moments when others try to destroy your peace, is not the end. It's the beginning of something greater. You're not simply surviving, you're becoming stronger with every trial. With every effort to break you, you become more resilient, more aware of your own value, more capable of overcoming the next challenge. Strength is not built in comfort, it's built in struggle. When things are easy, we don't grow. But when you are tested, when your faith is tested, when your character is tested, that's when you're forced to become something more. Every hardship, every painful moment is an opportunity for you to stretch beyond your current limits. And when you come out on the other side, you are no longer the person you were before. You are stronger. You are wiser. You are more powerful because you faced the storm and survived. And as you grow stronger through this process, you'll begin to see a truth that many miss. Those who try to destroy you, they are not making you weaker, they are making you stronger. They are unintentionally creating the very conditions for your personal growth. With every word they throw, every action they take to harm you, they are inadvertently pushing you toward greatness. The very adversity they bring into your life is the force that will shape you into the person you were always meant to become. This is the power of enduring pain. It doesn't just change you, it transforms you. It molds you into someone who understands their own worth, who understands that no attack, no matter how fierce, can defeat them. The struggle becomes a part of your story, a chapter that tells of your strength, your perseverance, and your ultimate rise. The trials you face, the battles you fight, are not the end of your journey. They are the stepping stones that will carry you to the next level of your potential. You are not simply enduring, you are evolving. And that evolution is what makes you unstoppable. When people attempt to destroy you, it's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that they've won, that their actions have permanently diminished you. But the truth is, their success in tearing you down is often only temporary. They may seem to have the upper hand for a moment, but these victories are hollow. They're short-lived. They don't realize that the damage they cause to you has a way of coming back to them. Their efforts may seem effective in the moment, but they don't last. They might break you down emotionally, physically, or mentally. They might spread lies, sow division, or try to discredit your reputation. They may even succeed in creating chaos in your life, causing confusion and pain. But here's the thing, nothing built on lies, nothing sustained by malice can last for long. Eventually, the truth will come to light. People will see the falsehoods for what they are, and the foundation they tried to build their attack on will crumble. What they thought was a victory will turn into their downfall. This is the nature of destructive actions. They are built on the wrong principles: fear, hatred, jealousy, or insecurity, and these principles cannot hold up in the long run. They might feel good in the moment, but they are unsustainable. A person can only act out of bitterness and resentment for so long before the consequences of those actions catch up with them. And when that happens, they will realize that the very things they tried to use to destroy you are the things that are destroying them. The person who tries to destroy you doesn't understand the power of integrity, resilience, and truth. They don't realize that these forces are stronger than any weapon they could wield against you. While they may win a battle, they cannot win the war. Their attempts to tear you down might shake you, but they cannot break you if you hold on to your core values, your purpose, and your inner strength. As they continue on their path of destruction, they will find that the emptiness they try to create in you will only lead to a greater emptiness within themselves. In the end, they will be left standing alone, realizing that their attempts to break you have only led them into a pit of their own making. You see, the battle may look like it's theirs for a while, but in the grand scheme of things, it's you who wins. Not because you seek revenge or wish harm upon them, but because you've chosen to rise, to move forward, to remain true to who you are despite their efforts. Their temporary victory will be overshadowed by your lasting success, by your peace, by the strength that comes from enduring, and by the fact that you never allowed their actions to define you. They will see, perhaps too late, that the price they paid for trying to destroy you is far greater than any victory they could have ever hoped for. The way you respond to adversity defines who you are and what you are capable of becoming. When people try to destroy you, they're not just testing your strength, they're testing your character, your resolve, and your ability to maintain control over yourself. In those moments, it's easy to react impulsively, to lash out in anger, to try to fight back in a way that mirrors the destruction they've caused. But true power lies not in reacting, but in responding with purpose and clarity. How you handle these situations reveals the depth of your inner strength. It's not about what others do to you, it's about how you maintain your sense of self, despite the chaos they try to create. When faced with a storm of negativity, a torrent of lies, or a barrage of insults, your response can either fuel the fire or extinguish it. Your response, rooted in wisdom and self-control, has the power to transform the entire situation. It's in your ability to remain calm, composed, and focused on what truly matters that your true power emerges. People who try to destroy you may expect you to crumble, to fall apart under the pressure, to act in a way that matches their hostility. They want to see you react, to be drawn into their drama, to lose your composure. But when you stand firm in the face of their attacks, when you choose to rise above the noise, it's not just a sign of your strength, it's a testament to your self-mastery. You're no longer a pawn in their game, no longer reacting out of pain or fear. Instead, you are acting from a place of purpose, from a place of knowing who you are and what you stand for. Choosing to respond with grace doesn't mean you let people walk all over you, or that you accept mistreatment. It means you choose not to let their actions control your emotions or your life. You choose to rise above their negativity, to stand firm in your truth, and to keep moving forward with purpose. You don't allow their attempts to destroy you, to sidetrack you from your vision, from your goals, from your ultimate destiny. You understand that your worth is not determined by their opinion of you, nor by the attacks they send your way. This is the true essence of strength, the ability to respond, not react. When you respond to adversity from a place of strength, wisdom, and inner peace, you not only preserve your integrity, but also shift the dynamics of the situation. The people who once tried to destroy you may be left stunned by your resilience, confused by your calm, and ultimately disarmed by your ability to move forward without being dragged into their chaos. Your response is a declaration of who you are. It's a powerful message that no one, no matter how hard they try, can take away your peace, your purpose, or your progress. And in that response, you are not just protecting yourself, you are demonstrating that you are in control, that nothing can break you, and that you are a force to be reckoned with. The power is in your hands. You have the ability to shape your own narrative, and no one can take that from you. Life operates on a principle that many fail to recognize: the law of reciprocity. What you put out into the world, whether positive or negative, has a way of returning to you. This law is as sure as the sunrise. No one escapes its reach. When someone attempts to destroy you, they may feel they have the upper hand, but what they fail to understand is that every negative action they take toward you will eventually come back to them in ways they never expected. The energy they direct toward your downfall is, in reality, energy they are sowing into their own future. What they think is a temporary victory, a small win over you, will ultimately be their undoing. At first, it may seem like they've succeeded, that their attacks are working, and that you're on the losing side of the battle. But that is the illusion. What they don't realize is that every act of malice, every hateful word, and every attempt to undermine your peace is like a seed they are planting, a seed that will grow and come back to them in ways they cannot control. Life has a way of balancing itself, of correcting the scales of justice, even if it takes time. They may look like they've won for now, but their victory is only temporary. In the long run, their actions will catch up with them. The universe has a strange way of ensuring that those who sow destruction will face the consequences of their actions. It might not be immediate. It may not happen when you expect it. But just as day follows night, what they've done to you will return to them. They might experience the same level of betrayal, deceit, or pain that they inflicted on you. The seeds of negativity they've planted will take root in their own lives, and they'll soon realize that the very actions they took to hurt you have become their own burden to bear. The price they'll pay for their attempts to destroy you will often be far greater than they ever anticipated. This isn't about wishing harm on them or waiting for them to fail. It's simply the way life works. When people try to hurt others, they often underestimate the ripple effect of their behavior. They think they can act with malice and escape the consequences. But life is far more intricate than that. The energy you project, the actions you take, all have a way of circling back to you. And when someone tries to break you, they might destroy the fabric of their own peace, their relationships, or their integrity in the process. As their negative actions come back to them, they will start to feel the weight of their choices. The guilt, the shame, the consequences. They won't be able to escape them. They will have to face the reality of what they've done, and in that moment they will realize that they've not only hurt you but also harmed themselves. The illusion of victory they once held will fade, replaced by the uncomfortable truth that the cost of their attempt to destroy you has been far greater than they ever imagined. In the end, you don't have to lift a finger to make them pay the price. The universe, life itself, has a way of ensuring that those who sow destruction must face the consequences. You don't need to get involved in their downfall. You don't need to retaliate or seek revenge. Life will take care of that for you, and while you continue to rise above their attempts to break you, they will learn, often too late, that the price they paid for trying to destroy you is far more than they could ever have imagined. One of the most profound and powerful truths that people who try to destroy you often fail to grasp is that they are, in fact, giving you exactly what you need to elevate yourself. Every attack, every malicious word, every negative action aimed at breaking you provides you with an opportunity to grow stronger, to build resilience, and to transform. They may think they are shaking your foundation, causing you to crumble under their pressure. But what they don't realize is that they are inadvertently fueling your ascent. Every effort they put into undermining you is a step in the process of you becoming the person you are destined to be. What they fail to understand is that your strength is built through adversity. It is through facing opposition, enduring hardship, and standing firm in the face of adversity that you develop the character, the wisdom, and the fortitude necessary to rise above it all. They are providing you with the very material that will fuel your personal growth. It's as if they are unknowingly creating the perfect circumstances for you to thrive. Each challenge they throw your way forces you to dig deeper into your reserves, to find new depths of strength you never knew existed within you. Their attempts to break you are actually laying the foundation for your success. The harder they push, the stronger you become. The more they try to tear you down, the more you learn to stand taller. They are teaching you lessons whether they realize it or not. With every attack, you refine your ability to navigate the storms of life. With every effort to destroy your peace, you develop a deeper understanding of what truly matters, of who you really are, and of what you are capable of achieving. You are no longer the person you were before the storm hit. You are evolving into someone stronger, someone who has faced adversity head-on and come out the other side not just intact, but transformed. It's not just about surviving their attempts to destroy you, it's about thriving because of them. They are giving you the gifts of patience, endurance, and resilience. They are giving you the lessons you need to become the best version of yourself. Every time they try to push you down, you rise higher. Every time they speak ill of you, you find a way to speak truth into your life and into the lives of others. Every effort they make to break you only brings you closer to the person you are destined to become. Their attacks may shake you momentarily, but they cannot define you. They cannot dictate who you are or what you can achieve. You are not the product of their negativity. You are the product of your ability to rise above it, to learn from it, and to use it as the fuel to power your journey forward. Their desire to destroy you is simply the catalyst for your transformation, the trigger for your awakening to a higher level of strength, purpose, and self-awareness. So as they try to destroy you, don't see it as a setback. Don't see it as a defeat. See it as the opportunity that it truly is, the opportunity to grow, to become stronger, and to rise above. They are doing the work for you, whether they realize it or not. They are providing the conditions that will lead to your greatness, and when you look back at all that you've overcome, you will see that they were not the ones who caused your downfall. They were the ones who unknowingly set the stage for your rise. The beauty of life is that it often works in ways that are beyond the comprehension of those who wish to harm you. When people attempt to destroy you, they are, in a sense, drawing attention to their own weaknesses. They may have convinced themselves that by bringing you down, they'll achieve some form of victory. But what they fail to recognize is that in trying to destroy you, they are exposing their own insecurities, their own fears, and their own vulnerabilities. Instead of gaining the upper hand, they reveal their own fragility to the world, and that fragility will, in the end, become their downfall. This is one of the most profound truths of life. Often, those who attempt to tear others down are doing so because they feel small inside. They need to project their own self-doubt, their own unhealed wounds onto others to mask their internal struggles. When someone attacks you, it's not about you at all. It's about their inability to deal with their own pain. They look at you as a reflection of what they wish they could be. And rather than confront their own shortcomings, they project their anger, jealousy, and frustration onto you. They do this in an attempt to make themselves feel better, to elevate their own sense of worth by bringing you down. But the truth is, all they are doing is amplifying their own weaknesses. They may think that their words or actions will have the effect they desire, that by attacking your character, they can diminish your value. But what they don't understand is that these attempts expose more about them than they do about you. The more they try to destroy you, the more they reveal the emptiness within themselves. The fact that they feel the need to attack you in the first place is a clear indication of their own inner turmoil. It's a defense mechanism, a way for them to project their discomfort onto someone else. They are not attacking you because of who you are. They are attacking you because of what they are not willing to face within themselves. When you recognize this truth, you can begin to see their actions for what they truly are, a cry for help. They are struggling with their own internal battles, and rather than deal with those issues head on, they try to shift the focus onto you. But in doing so, they are only weakening themselves. Every attack they make, every effort to undermine you is an act of self-sabotage. They are not hurting you as much as they are hurting themselves. Their inability to address their own issues becomes their greatest obstacle, and in the end, it is their inability to heal that will lead to their own collapse. You, on the other hand, are growing stronger with each attack. As they expose their weaknesses, you are becoming more aware of your own strength. You are learning to navigate the storms they create, to understand their motivations, and to rise above their toxicity. They are sinking deeper into their own insecurities while you are soaring higher in your personal growth. The more they try to pull you down, the more you elevate yourself. It's a beautiful irony. While they try to break you, they are actually creating the conditions for their own downfall. In the end, their efforts to destroy you will only expose their weaknesses, and you will stand in the light of your own growth, strength, and resilience. They may have tried to break you, but in the process, they've revealed their own cracks, their own limitations, and their inability to rise above their own pain. And as they continue to falter, you will continue to rise, knowing that your strength lies not in their failure, but in your ability to thrive despite their attempts to hold you back. There's something inherently powerful about the human spirit, a force that cannot be measured nor fully understood. People who try to destroy you may believe that once they've knocked you down, once they've succeeded in shaking your confidence or undermining your success, they have won. But the truth they fail to see is that the deeper they push, the more they reveal the untapped strength that lies within you. They may think they have beaten you, but all they have done is awaken something in you that was dormant, something far stronger than they could ever anticipate. When someone attacks you with the intent to harm, they often fail to recognize that your resilience is not a one-time effort. It is built through every challenge, every struggle, and every trial you face. They may knock you down for a moment, but the very act of trying to destroy you forces you to go deeper within yourself. You don't just get up once you rise again and again, each time more determined, more focused, and more capable of handling whatever comes your way. What they don't realize is that every time they try to hurt you, they only give you the chance to rise stronger. It is in these moments that you are honing the qualities that will define your success: patience, persistence, and an unshakable belief in your own ability to overcome. In fact, it is the very attacks that they think will break you that will forge your character and your resilience. They believe they can push you to the breaking point. But in reality, every attempt to break you is simply reinforcing your ability to endure and to grow stronger. Their efforts to harm you, while misguided and hurtful, serve as the training ground for your next level of greatness. You don't break under pressure, you bend and adapt, and through this process, you become more flexible, more agile, and more capable of handling future challenges. Each time they push you, you push back harder. Each time they try to knock you off your course, you find a way to adjust and continue moving forward with even more purpose. You see, people who attempt to destroy you don't realize the depth of your inner power. They underestimate how much strength you have because they cannot see it from the outside. They may think that breaking your confidence will bring them success, but the truth is, they're only peeling away the surface layer of who you are. Beneath that layer is a deep well of strength, an unyielding determination to not only survive but to thrive. You are not fragile, you are far more robust than they could ever comprehend. With every attempt to harm you, you prove that their actions can never define your worth, and that you are far more capable than they ever gave you credit for. When you rise with a new perspective. You gain the clarity that only struggle can bring. You realize that your power isn't in avoiding the challenges, but in facing them head on and overcoming them. The more they try to bring you down, the more you understand that their actions are not a reflection of you, but a reflection of them. You are not the one who is weak. They are the ones who cannot stand on their own without attempting to tear others down. While they remain stuck in their destructive patterns, you continue to grow. They can't see it now, but each attempt to destroy you only makes you more aware of your own power, and you begin to wield that power more consciously, more effectively. Your ability to endure and rise above is your greatest weapon. And the more you rise, the more they are left in the dust, watching as you build the life they thought they could tear down. In the end, they will see that their attacks only fueled your rise, and while they remain stagnant, consumed by their own bitterness and jealousy, you will keep moving forward, unbroken and unstoppable. Their attempts to destroy you only serve to ignite your inner strength. And now, with each step you take, you become more of the person they always feared you would become: stronger, more confident, and more capable than they ever imagined. The reality is, those who attempt to destroy you often fail to realize that their efforts are not just futile, they are actually shaping the very force that will propel you to greater heights. You see, people who want to bring you down often don't understand the depth of your purpose. They don't see the vision that drives you, the fire that burns inside, or the bigger picture of your life. What they fail to grasp is that you are not easily swayed, and that your foundation is far stronger than their efforts can ever shake. When they try to bring you to your knees, they are only pushing you closer to your destiny. They cannot see the power that you are tapping into when they challenge you. Every negative word, every undermining action, and every attempt to destroy your peace is like fuel on a fire you didn't even know was burning so intensely inside of you. Instead of breaking you, their actions are stoking your desire to succeed, to rise above, and to prove them wrong. They do not realize that with every effort they make to destroy you, they are only creating more space for you to step into your true power. Their attacks become the catalyst for your transformation. You start to see their actions not as obstacles but as stepping stones, each one giving you the opportunity to rise higher, to become more determined, and to push harder toward your goals. They are unknowingly driving you to focus more, to dig deeper into your purpose, and to become more resolute in your pursuit of success. What they don't understand is that adversity is not a burden to someone who is truly focused on their mission. It is simply part of the journey. When they try to destroy you, they are giving you the challenge you need to sharpen your skills, to expand your capacity, and to grow stronger in the process. Their attempt to break you isn't a sign of your failure. It's a sign of their failure to comprehend the power of your resilience. Each time they push, you push back harder. And with every obstacle they place in your path, you learn to navigate the terrain with more skill, more wisdom, and more grace. As they attempt to diminish you, they are actually setting the stage for the opposite outcome. They are creating the perfect environment for you to prove your worth, to demonstrate your strength, and to display your resilience. What they do not realize is that you have been preparing for this very moment your whole life. The challenges they are sending your way are merely the test that will confirm your readiness for the greatness that lies ahead. They are unknowingly pushing you to a place where you can see your potential more clearly than ever before. They may think they are putting you on the back foot, but in reality, they are the ones who are setting themselves up for failure. They are pushing you into a space where your power is more visible, your purpose is more defined, and your will is stronger than ever. Their efforts only expose their own insecurity and lack of vision. They may see you as a threat, but they do not realize that their attempts to destroy you are the very thing that will propel you to greater success, to a higher level of impact, and to the realization of your true potential. You are not defined by their attempts to break you. In fact, you are strengthened by them. With every move they make to undermine you, you find the strength to move forward, to expand your vision, and to drive yourself toward your dreams with even more passion. You are not just surviving their attacks, you are thriving because of them. They can try all they want, but in the end, they are simply providing the fuel for your rise. They will be left behind while you continue to move forward, more focused, more driven, and more unstoppable than ever before. Their attempts to destroy you have only added to the momentum that will carry you to your destiny. What many fail to recognize when they try to destroy you is that they are playing into a cycle that only serves to reinforce your growth and success. They believe that by breaking you down, they can halt your progress, but the truth is, their attempts to hurt you are like trying to stop a river with a single stone. You are not just a passive entity waiting to be swept away by their attacks. No, you are the river itself, and their stone only causes ripples on the surface. It may create a brief disturbance, but it cannot stop the flow of your purpose or the forward momentum that you've built over time. Every effort they make to undermine you is actually redirecting you, pushing you into places you may have never even considered, but where your true potential is waiting to unfold. Their attempts to destroy you only give you the chance to assess what matters most. When people attack, they challenge your resolve, your focus, and your direction. These challenges force you to reflect deeply on who you are and what you stand for.